Standard 8 Geography Unit 3 Hydrologic Cycle. Today we are going to see about the status of water on the earth, the basic concepts of hydrologic cycle, and the different components of hydrologic cycle. Hydro means water. Water is one of the most important elements on earth. Dear children, say few points about water. Immediately you will answer. Water is very important for our daily life. We are using the water for drinking, cooking, washing, bathing அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டே போவீங்க. வாட்டர் நம்மளுக்கு மட்டும் இல்லை, all plants and animals need water for survival. Apart from drinking water is required for domestic, agriculture, industrial purpose, etc. Water is very essential for carrying out almost all economic activities. So, water is an indispensable element without which life form on the earth is not possible. Now we are going to see about water on the earth. Water on the earth, about 71% of earth is covered with water. About 326 million cubic miles and rest is land. So water உலகத்தில் 326 million cubic miles வாட்டரால் கவர் ஆகிருக்கு. ரிமைனிங் பார்ட்டு தான் லேண்ட். சால்ட் வாட்டர் இஸ் அபவுட் 97.2% அண்ட் ஃப்ரெஷ் வாட்டர் இஸ் அபவுட் 2.8%. உப்பு தண்ணி 97.2% ஆகும், நல்ல தண்ணி 2.8% தான் இருக்குது. Out of this 2.8%, 2.2% is available as surface water and the remaining is 0.6% as groundwater. Surface water na நிலத்துக்கு மேலே காணப்படுற தண்ணி, அதாவது ஏரி, ஆறு, குளம், இது மாதிரி அதெல்லாம் சர்ஃபேஸ் வாட்டர். In this 2.2% of surface water, 2.15% is available as glacier and ice caps. 0.01% in lakes and streams, and the remaining 0.04% is in other forms. Only about 0.25% of the total groundwater of 0.6% can be economically extracted with the present drilling technology. Water in India is available in 3 sources. They are precipitation, surface water and groundwater. Precipitation, surface water and groundwater. Let us know about hydrologic cycle or water cycle. Hydrologic cycle or water cycle. Hydro means water. Logi means the study. Hence, the study of water is called hydrology. Hydrology is the science which deals with the various aspects of water such as its occurrence, distribution, movement and properties on the planet Earth. Availability of water on the earth is not uniform. Some places are very rich in water resources, while some other places are poor in water resources. Dear children, you have seen in your kitchen that when your mother boils water, it changes into steam or water vapor. This changing of water into water vapor or steam is called evaporation. Evaporation, the act of water heating up due to solar energy and becoming a gas. That gas, otherwise known as water vapor, starts rising that vapor, then slowly cools down. Particles become less excited and become colder the water vapor. Then forms a cloud. This process is called condensation. This process is called condensation. Over time, the clouds become colder and thicker. The water vapor is slowly turning back into a liquid. Once the vapor has become water and the water is heavy enough, it will start to rain from the cloud. This step is called precipitation. Then the sun starts heating up this water once again. This circulation of water is called water cycle. Hydrological cycle is a circulation of water. It is a continuous process and takes place naturally. The three phases of hydrologic cycle are evapotranspiration, precipitation and runoff. Evapotranspiration, precipitation and runoff. Now going to see about components of hydrologic cycle. There are 6 components in hydrologic cycle. They are evapotranspiration, condensation, precipitation, infiltration, percolation and runoff. Evapotranspiration. Evapotranspiration. Evaporation means the surface water is evaporated to the atmosphere in gaseous form. And transpiration means the water droplets from the plants is transpirated to the atmosphere in the form of water vapor. And this process is collectively called as evapotranspiration. So, from the oceans, seas, lakes and rivers provide nearly 90% of the moisture in the atmosphere through evaporation, and the remaining 10% is contributed by plants through transpiration. Evaporation not in uniform every place. உதாரணத்துக்கு நம்ம வெட் கிளாத்தை வெயில் காலத்துலேயோ அல்லது மழை நேரத்துலேயோ அல்லது குளிர்காலத்துலேயோ காய வைக்கும்போது எது சீக்கிரம் காயும்? வெயில் காலத்தில் உள்ளது சீக்கிரமாக காஞ்சிரும் இல்லையா? அதே மாதிரி தான் எவாப்ரேஷன் வந்து பிகாஸ் ஆஃப் த டெம்பரேச்சரை வச்சு அது எவாப்ரேஷன் வந்து நடைபெறும். Transpiration refers to the process by which the water contents in the plants are released into the atmosphere in the form of water vapor. பிளான்ட் வந்து தனக்கு தேவையான நீரை உட்கொண்டுட்டு மீதம் உள்ள நீரை வந்து இலைத்துளிகள் வழியாக வெளியேற்றப்படுகிறது. இதை தான் என்னது டிரான்ஸ்பிரேஷன் சொல்லுவாங்க. The rate of transpiration is also affected by the temperature, wind and humidity. The soil water content the ability of the soil to conduct water to the roots. The nature of the plant pots including stalks and leaves also determine the transpiration rate. In case of agriculture, the crop categorized, its environment and cultivation practice also affect the transpiration process. Now we are going to see the next one, condensation. It refers to the process in which the gaseous form of water changes into liquid form. It occurs in the atmosphere when warm air rises, cools and loses its capacity to hold water vapor. This water vapor condenses to form cloud droplets. Condensation is responsible for the formation of clouds. மழை பொழிவுக்கு மிக முக்கியமானது precipitation. Condensation is opposite of evaporation. Now forms of condensation, in this dew, fog and clouds are the three major form of condensation. Now we are going to see about dew. Dew, water droplets formed by the condensation of water vapor on a cold surface of an object is called as dew. For example, ஃப்ரிட்ஜில் இருந்து வாட்டர் பாட்டிலை நம்ம வெளியே எடுத்து வைக்கும் போது அந்த வாட்டர் பாட்டிலில் ட்ராப்லெட்ஸை நம்மளால் பார்க்க முடியும். அதை டியூ பாயிண்ட் டெம்பரேச்சர்னு சொல்லலாம். Next one, frost. The ice crystal formed by deposition of water vapor on a cold surface of an object is known as frost. Next one, fog is suspended tiny water droplets or ice crystals in an air layer next to the earth surface is known as fog. Next, mist. Mistna மூடு பனின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Mist is the tiny droplets of water hanging in the air when it is rapidly cooled. It too changes from invisible gas to tiny visible water droplets. Next, clouds. Clouds consists of tiny water droplets, ice particles, which are so small and light in weight. Clouds are formed by microscopic drops of water or by small ice crystal. These are all forms of condensation. Next, precipitation. Precipitation refers to all forms of water that fall from clouds and reaches the earth's surface. Temperature variation within the clouds or between the clouds under earth allows for the various form of precipitation. Here, now know about the forms of precipitation. Common types of precipitation include rain, sleet, freezing rain, hail, and snow. Rain. The most common kind of precipitation is rain. The precipitation in the form of water droplets is called rain. மழை பொழிவு டேப்பில் திறக்கிற மாதிரி தண்ணி மாதிரி கொட்டாமல் ஒவ்வொரு துளி துளியாக விழுறது தான் மழைன்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஓகே, தென் next one, sleet. The precipitation which takes place in the form of mixture of water droplets and tiny particles of ice is called sleet. Freezing rain. The raindrops falling through cold air freeze when they touch a cold surface is called freezing rain. மழை பொழிவு மாதிரி மழை பெய்யும், கீழே இருக்கிற சர்ஃபேஸில் பட்ட உடனே அது பனிக்கட்டியாக மாறுறது தான் ஃப்ரீசிங் ரெயின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. ஹெயில். த precipitation which contains of round pellets of ice inside a cold region of cloud is called a hail or hailstone. Next one, snow. The precipitation in the form of powdery mass of ice is called a snow. Next, we want to see about the infiltration. Infiltration. Water entering the soil at the surface of the ground is termed as infiltration. It occurs near surface of the soil and delivers water from the surface into the soil. Some of the water remains underground and is called groundwater. Infiltration is an important process where rainwater soaks into the ground through the soil and underlying rock layers. Some of this water ultimately returns to the surface through springs or low spots downhill. Some of the water remains underground and is called groundwater. Next one, percolation. Percolation moves it through the soil profile and rock layers to form groundwater. Percolation is the downward movement of infiltrated water through soil and rock layers. Infiltration occurs near the surface of the soil and delivers water from the surface into the soil and plant root zones. Percolation moves the infiltrated water through the soil profile and rock layers, which leads to the formation of groundwater or become a part of subsurface runoff process. Thus, the percolation process represents the flow of water from unstagnant zone to the stagnant zone. The sixth point of component of hydrologic cycle is runoff. Runoff is the water that is pulled by gravity across land surface. It comes from unabsorbed water from rain, snow melt, irrigation, or other sources. Runoff is also a major contributor to the erosion. Only about 35% of precipitation ends up in the sea or ocean, and other 65% is absorbed in the soil. There are three types of runoff: surface runoff, subsurface runoff, base flow. Surface runoff. Surface runoff is the portion of rainfall which enters the stream immediately after the rainfall. It occurs when the rainfall is longer, heavier, and exceeds the rate of infiltration. In this condition, the excess water makes a head over the ground surface, which tends to move from one place to another following overland flow. When the overland flow joins the stream, channel, or oceans, it is termed as surface runoff or surface flow. Subsurface runoff. The water that enters the subsoil and moves laterally without joining the water table to the stream, river, or ocean is known as subsurface runoff. Base flow. It is a flow of underground water from a stagnated groundwater zone to a water channel. Groundwater provides the stream flow during dry period of small or no precipitation. Dear children, now we want to be briefly know about the hydrologic cycle or water cycle. The sun heats up the water from ocean, lakes, and rivers, and water changes into water vapor by the process of evaporation. Plants also lose water in the form of water vapor from their leaves into the air by the process of transpiration. As the water vapor rises up into the air, it starts cooling down and forms tiny water droplets. These water droplets come together to form clouds. This process is called condensation. When the clouds start getting heavy and cannot hold the water droplets anymore, they fall back to the earth in the form of rain, hail, or snow. This process is called precipitation. Some of the water that falls on the earth seeps into the ground. This water is available to us in the form of groundwater. The remaining water falls back into ocean, lakes, rivers, and seas. This process is called collection. Then the sun starts heating up this water once again. The circulation of water is called water cycle. Hydrological cycle is a circulation of water. It is continuous process and takes place naturally. In this, three important phases took place. Thank you.